Very good morning, student. So we were studying about ozone layer and how it gets depleted. So for more details for your ozone layer, you can go through the newspaper, library, or even internet. Which chemicals are responsible for depletion of ozone? What regulations are put in place of control of emission of these chemicals? And whether the government has succeeded or not? Has the size of the hole in the ozone layer changed in recent years or not? You can find through this about this through the internet. Okay. So second one is managing the garbage. So first of all, we are studying about our activities which affect the environment. That affect the environment. So indirectly or directly we are responsible for our harmful effects. Managing the garbage we produce. See, in our cities or in our home or in our state wise, if you take, national wise, if you take, there is a big problem of managing the garbage which we produce. It is a big problem. Okay. So how to manage this? You know what we can do in other place, how it is managed. See, in our daily life activities, we generate a lot of material that are thrown away. Most of us, we generate a lot of material which are thrown away. What are some of these waste materials? What are these waste materials? What happens after we throw them? So there is one activity which you can perform in your home. First of all, what you should do? Activity 15.5 it is collect waste material from your home. First you collect the waste material. And this could include all the waste generated during a day. In one day, how much waste is generated, that you collect. So that what does it what will be the waste which is generated? So there is kitchen waste. Kitchen waste means it includes spoiled food, vegetable peels, used tea leaves, the leftover after the preparation of tea, milk packets, empty cartons, waste paper. There may be empty medicine bottle also. Or strips. Medical strips will be there. Or sometimes it may be bubble packets. I think old and torn clothes. Footwear, broken footwear. So this may be generated in one day from your room. These all you collect. Okay. All you collect. And this you, if in your now school is not there, no, so you can perform this activity in home only. In the one corner of a room, you dig a pit. Okay, if there is no space available, you can collect the waste material in an old bucket. If no space, you take one old bucket, put them in all those, or even flower bottles you can take, and cover with at least 15 centimeters of soil. So all you dump inside, you take a, if it is a bucket, You take here, you dump all the material here, all the waste materials which are written here, all you collect and put a large air, cover completely all with layer of soil, at least 15 centimeter. The layer of soil is 15 centimeter. Keep this material moist and observe it for 15 days. So for 15 days you keep it, and it should be moist. Keep it for 15 days and this should be moist. 15 days or 20 days. What are the materials that remain unchanged over long periods? Then afterwards you remove the soil and you check what soils are unchanged, remain unchanged, and what are the materials that which change their form and structure over time. Which materials have been changed from one form to other form, and which materials are not changed. Of this material that are changed, which ones change the faster? Again in that, which have changed the faster? That all you list out. Okay. Then you will come to know a word called biodegradable, non-biodegradable. Biodegradable means these will mix up with the soil. And non-biodegradable, these will not be able to mix up with the soil. So we have seen in the chapter on life process, I think you know life process, that the food we eat is digested by various enzymes in our body. So same way, in our life process, what we have, this chapter you studied that the food we eat get digested by enzymes. Food which we eat will get digested by a chemical substance called enzymes. Okay, in our body. Have you ever wondered why the same enzyme does not break down everything that we eat? But why one particular enzyme will not break down all the things which we eat? Okay, why is it not possible? Then what are actually enzymes? Enzymes are specific in their action. These enzymes are specific, particular in their action. Specific enzymes are needed for the breakdown of a particular substance. So these specific enzymes are needed for the breakdown of particular substance. That is why we will not get any energy if we try to eat coal. See, if you try to eat only coal, can we get energy? We cannot get the energy. Because of this, many human-made materials like plastics will not be broken down by the action of bacteria or other saprophytes. That's why here I told plastic-like material, these cannot be broken down by bacteria. Or other saprophytes. These materials which will be acted upon by physical process like heat and pressure, these materials will be acted upon by physical process like heat and pressure. So what happens here, these whichever we have put in, they will be acted by heat and pressure, but under ambient conditions found in the environment, these persist for a long time. So first of all, plastic will not act on them. Then due to heat and pressure, they remain at that particular place only. They do not change their form. Okay. So substances that are broken down by biological process are said to be biodegradable. I told. substances that are broken down by biological processes. Broken down by biological processes are said to be biodegradable. Biodegradable. How many of the substances you buried were biodegradable? When you check all the substances which you have buried, you will come to know. When you check, there will come to know which are biodegradable. Okay. So substances that are not broken down in this manner are said to be non-biodegradable. There are some substances where they do not break down by the action of any other thing. These substances may not be inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time. They are not inert, but they simply stay in the environment. So they are said to be non-biodegradable, means which are not broken down. Substances that are not broken down by biological process are said to be non-biodegradable, and these will persist for a long time. These non-biodegradable substances will persist for a long time. Okay, and they harm the various members of ecosystem. So non-biodegradable substances will persist for a long time, and they will pass from one member to another member through in the form of poison. Okay, it will increase. Okay. So there is one more problem in your city also. Visit your city and we are sure to find heaps of garbage all over the place. You know very well. If you go to any place in the city or nearby place, there you find a large quantity of garbage put over in the roadside or beside the roadside. And if you take tourist place also, we are sure to find the place littered with empty food wrappers. Many places, when you visit the tourist place, you find many wrappers, food wrappers. In the earlier classes, we have talked about problem dealing with garbage, what we can generate. Okay. So these are one or two activities you can go through net, or even cities. If you go also, you can get the information. Then what is required for us? First of all, improvements in our lifestyle have resulted in great amounts of waste material. Why it is all done? Why it is happening nowadays? It has become big problem, especially in metro cities. It has become big problem because large quantity of garbage is dumped and it has spread. That smell spreads everywhere, and it will decompose, and due to that smelling, nearly large area of that particular area will be hazardous due to unhealthy condition. So it is only our lifestyle. So due to the lifestyle change of us, it has resulted in greater amount of waste materials generated. Waste material generation. Okay. So changes in the attitude also have a role to play. Change in attitude. See, suppose in your home, beside you there are neighbors. If they what they do, if any open place is there, they will come and dump the garbage in that particular place. You will also go and dump in that particular place. So even though municipality people will come and carry all the waste material day by day, daily, through that vans and all, but still we are not able. We don't put them. You will put, because neighbors are putting there. Neighbors, all people of your colony or areas dumping the garbage there. So this attitude is a very harmful change which brings very bad thing and becoming, and due to that we are unable to dispose many things. So change in Changes in packaging have resulted in much of our waste becoming non-biodegradable. So especially packaging, all the things whatever we use, we are using plastic for packaging. So due to this, plastic is generated in large quantity. What will happen to our environment? Environment will get spoiled. Okay. So what we can do? See, think there is one activity to think over it. If you ask parents, they will probably remember a time when tea in trains were served in plastic glasses, which had returned to the vendor. So when you are traveling train earlier, the tea supplied was in plastic glasses, especially trains. Okay. Now the introduction of disposable cups was hailed as a step forward for the reason of hygiene. So they introduce disposable cups which are biodegradable and which can be thrown and they will mix up with the soil and they don't harm the environment. Okay. No one at that time perhaps thought about the impact caused by the disposal of millions of these cups on a daily basis. So large quantity of plastic glasses were used, and this had caused a very serious problem in the trains and nearby places also. But sometime coulards like say mud pots, small mud cups, coulards, that is disposable cups made by clay. Coulards it is a Hindi word. Coulards, these are disposable cups made by clay. Okay, were suggested as an alternative. So railways nearly I think 2 to 3 years back only they had suggested to use the cups made up of clay. But a little thought showed that making these cloths on large scale would result in loss of fertile topsoil. So what they understood, if they start making cups by using these cloths, this soil resulted in removal of what? Fertile soil. Fertile soil of the top layer started getting wasted. Of top layer. So this was a problem. Now the disposable paper cups are being used. And what are the use of disposable cups? Disposable means easily we can use and throw it. And in large quantity if we use also no problem, because it will mix up with the soil and bacteria will act over that and it will protect from the surrounding. Environment will be protected.